Hey guys, this is Hetu and welcome back to ETL Labs. So guys, I'm back. I took few days off just due to my personal commitment. Yeah. So I'm back now, and in this video we will look at very important part of Informatica, that is the configuration of the Informatica server and client, right? So that after configuration you are good to use the Informatica, right? Whatever you have done the installation in my previous video. Okay. So previous video what we have seen, guys, we have installed the server first, and then we have tried to access whether you are able to access the server using that link or not. And after that we have installed successfully the client part of it, right? So these were all the components that we were able to do it. Okay, so we are already done with Informatica server and client installation. Now the next step is, before we use it, we have to configure it. Okay, so that what is the configuration? Because as part of configuration we have seen that we need to basically configure the repository services and integration services. So in this video we will do one thing. We will try to see how to configure the Informatica server, where we have to create a repository service and one integration service, so that we can use that for our, we can access this repository services within our client. Okay, any of the client tool, for example, designer, workflow manager, workflow monitor, or even the repository manager. So we should be able to access that repository service from here, then only we can use. So guys, this is purely this part. So since we are doing it, because this is we are doing it on personal laptop, but in companies, basically organization, this is normally taken care by the installation and everything, right? Even the configuration is taken care by the admin only. We are not doing any kind of configuration. So there is a dedicated administrator for the Informatica, and he will take care of it. Okay, so we don't need to bother. But since we are doing it on our personal laptop, so we need to do it. So let's go, let's see how do we configure it. So as part of this, what we will do is we will try to configure one repository service, and then we will we will create one integration service on top of that repository service, so that that integration service can be used for reading the data in our source system, and then we can use basically. So integration service is used for that purpose, right? Reading the data and then moving the data from one to other stage. So that is what we use. And repository service is basically to access the any repository object. I mean, that is what the purpose of it, right? So now let's start it. Let's create one repository and one integration service, and that is all the whole purpose of this particular session. Okay. So let's do one thing, guys. How do we access that particular administrator? We have seen in the previous video, but let me just show you. You have to just type in here administrator. Yeah, so we already see here Informatica administrator. So this is the server page. Basically, how do we access the server? So this is what it is. Okay, so after clicking, this will be the page that you will be getting. Okay, so what I will do is I will not use this here, because this is opening in my Chrome by default, not Chrome. I think this is Edge, right? Microsoft Edge. I don't want to use it, little slower, so I want to go and use the Chrome. Okay, here let me paste it, same URL. Okay, we got it here, and we have already created the user, right, last time, and we will use the same user here. Okay, for the server. So admin, administrator, and admin. Okay, small admin. Yeah, now guys, see, you can see that it's loading now. Okay, now we can see this is the server page, guys, and here we have to do the configuration. So first we will focus on configuring the repository, and then after that we will configure the integration services. So first, repository services, let's see what we get by default. So what here you will see is basically left hand side, you will see quite a few of services that I have already created it as part of my previous, my work basically, right? Um, I have been doing these videos for you guys right before, so that is the reason I created it. But if you are doing it first time, you will not see anything in the left hand side. So what you will see is only see the domain, you will see here, and then you will see the node, basically this node domain, and then you will see license key. Here you see the four. Okay, here two are the repository service, and these two are the integration service that you will not see when you are doing it first time. So here you see, guys, two integration service and two repository service. This will not be there, okay, in your case if you're doing it first time. But for me, I'm actually doing it, this is, I'm showing you how to configure a fresh one. So you just see that. So guys, if you remember it, when we were doing the client part, I think we have already created, right, one Informatica user for repository, info underscore domain, if you remember that, okay? You can use the very same one, but since I have already used it, I will use it the new one, okay? So let me try to, I have already used that particular repository user, right? That's the reason I need to create one more user. So I will say create user, what should I say? ETL, maybe uh, ETL QA, fine. Okay, I will say guys, ETL QA labs. No, I think it is not correct. I will say ETL. That's it. Maybe I'll say ETL guys, okay? So I'll create is user as a ETL. I will say info underscore ETL. That makes sense, right? Okay, and identified by same guys ETL info ETL. Okay, info underscore ETL. Okay, so this is the user and this is the password. So I created one user because I am going to use it for my creating my repository service, right? So now I will do is I will grant the DBA permission, grant DBA to ETL underscore, not ETL, info underscore ETL guys. Okay, now it should have it. Now grant confirm, right? So info underscore ETL is the user that we are going to use it here. Okay, now how do we create? So we are actually going to create first repository service. Okay, so I have to click here. Maybe we are already here. Now I have to go new. I have to say here, I have to go here, basically see Power Center repository service. I will click here. Now I have to give the name here. So what name I should give guys? Let me do one thing. Let me give info. Okay, info ETL. One second guys. Info ETL repo. Okay. I'll give any name you can give, but I will give you this. I will give the name. Okay. You don't need to put the description anyways, but I just copy paste. No worries. Don't need to do. Okay. Or you have to keep little description if you want. Now this will be by default. So once you see that, the node and the license will come here. So you have to just select from the drop down. Okay. Now I'll say the next. Guys, here what kind of database we have? It is the Oracle database, right? We already know that, right? So we have to select it Oracle. And then what is the username, guys? So what is the username that we have created? Basically info underscore ETL, right? This is what the username. And what is the password? Password is also same, right? Now what is the connection string? So for me the connection string is XC, guys, okay? Because I am using this the this version, right, of Oracle, the free version. So for me connection string is XC. If you have installed it from Oracle website, then that will also be the same. Otherwise you have to use it the connection string in your company, whatever is the connection string that you can check for your Oracle, and you can use it. Okay, now what I will do is I will just say no content exist. I will just create a fresh one. Okay, all right. Now let's wait guys, because it will take some time for creating this repository service. Okay, it is basically trying to create a repository service, and once successfully we are done with the repository service creation, we will create the integration services, right? Integration service basically. So one repository first, and then on top of that repository service we are going to create one integration service, because that integration service will be applicable to that particular repository only. Okay, that integration service will not be applicable to any other repository. Okay, so let's see that. I think it's little quick this time. So we can already see is info etl underscore repo. This is the repository. And let's see guys, I think, okay, what we have to do now, it says that it is available, right? So this Power Center repository service is available, which means it is in good condition. So let's wait. I think still I need to do a bit of configuration here. So hope you are able to understand it, guys. Yeah. So let's give another minute before it goes, and then okay, guys. So you see that now, right? So one thing that you have to change here is you see the operating mode is exclusive. So you have to go and you have to click here on edit, and you have to make it normal. Okay, before we use it. So I'll say normal. I'll say just okay, and here also okay. Now it's basically I think restarting I think services, right? Now let it complete, and then after that we will create one integration service on that particular repository. Okay, and then after that, I will show you how to access it from once the integration service is done, right? I will also show you how do we access it from our client tool, right? And how do we use it also, right? So let's wait. I think it will take a bit of time here. Just to give few more seconds. It takes time, guys, so you have to be little patient about it. Okay, it's not very quick. Yeah. So this is how this tool is designed, and it's little heavy tool, right? You know that Informatica is little heavy tool. That's why a lot of processes will happen. Lot of integration points will be connected to each other, right? So that's the reason it's little heavy and it takes time. Okay. Now let's see. All right. So it's almost done now. Okay. So you see repository Power Center repository services available, right? So this is the name and this is description I just put in, and license number, primary node, etc. Everything is given here, right? So all the other information are here, guys. Okay, you can see that. Now what we will do is we will create one. Okay, on this particular domain, right? Let's create one integration service, right? So what we have to do is we have to go here. Okay, you see now the repository service is showing one more here, right? Which means we have just created this. Okay, and this is ready to use, right? This is in working condition. Otherwise you will see it here cross if it is not working, right? Now what we will do is we will try to create one integration service on top of it. Okay, so similar way, guys, you have to go this time Power Center integration service here. Okay, now I will give some name. Okay, so what I will say is okay, I will give simple the same name info ETL underscore integration service. Fine. Anti service. Okay, INTS. I will do that. No problem. Now here we have to select the same license and same node. I think. Okay. It will be by default only. Okay. You just have to select it. Now let's go there. Now here I have to give the repository which we have created because I want to create the integration service for that particular repository. Okay. So I have to select. So I will select this one. Okay, because this particular integration service is applicable only for this repository. Okay. Now, what is the user and password that I have to put? Administrator, and then admin is the password. Now I'll say finish. Let's wait, guys, how it goes. So this is basically we are configuring the Informatica integration service. Very important one, right? Integration service. Now I have to choose right here. Choose it and send OK. Now after successful configuration, it will say disable. So by default it might come as a disable, guys. The Power Center integration service is disabled here, but then you have to once it comes to a stable state, I mean basically still doing the configuration, but then if it is not coming, then we have to basically just enable it, right? So once you enable it, then only you can use it. Okay. So let's give few seconds. Okay. I think it will take some time. Okay. So it is done also, guys. Yeah. So this says that this Power Center integration service is disabled, guys. But we have to enable it here, right? So we have to go here. This one, enable service, right? So this icon, or you can also go to action and you can enable it. Okay. But I will just click on this icon. Okay. It will refresh and it will enable. So it's saying that enabling service, right? So just wait for a moment and then it will be enabled. Once it is enabled, I will show you how do we, access the repository, okay, from the repository manager, right? So let me show you. So here you see, right? These two part almost done now, right? So this is done already and this is in progress, integration service, okay? Now we will go to Power Center client tool and we will access the repository manager here, okay? Repository manager. So in repository manager, I have to add that repository, then only it will be accessible to other component. Okay, I'll show you that. Don't worry about it. Okay, but for now, let's wait. Okay, so it's still progressing. Give little few more minutes. I think it will take. So important that you allow enough time because it is, as I said, that Informatica is quite a heavy tool and it definitely needs some time to do a lot of integration, a lot of things are there within Informatica. So just allow a few minutes. So guys, you see that it is already said the Power Center integration service is available now, right? And this is how it is now. Okay. If I take you the view here, then we can see it here. Okay. One second. So all the now we are done with configuration of Informatica repository service and also Informatica integration service. Okay, so you see that here also this we have just done it. So this is also check, this is also check, which means we are done with that, right? And what is the name of the repository service? This we need it while we configure, while we add the repository to our repository manager, right? So infa etl underscore repo. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go here and try to open repository. Okay, this is the repository manager. So this guy, this is the client tool, right? Repository manager. Let's open it and see where we go. We are here. Okay, this is open. Now guys, here we already have couple of repository. I don't want okay, what I want is I want to configure this extra one which we have it now, right? So what I will do is here we see that it is when I say, when I go here, right here, when I say configure domain, this is already coming appearing, right? So I will just say check it and then I will just say okay. Now you see that it is already added here. Now once it is added, I need to connect it, right? And I have to say double click. I have to just double click on this guys, right? What is the user? That is the administrator, right? Administrator. Guide, use the same user and password so that you will not get confused. Okay, admin. Wherever it is asking user ID and password, you use user as the administrator and password as admin. Okay, will not get confused. Okay, now let me show you here. So this is the domain, right? I have to just add it. No need to add. I think it is already taken. Okay, now let me just connect it. So it's basically within the same. Now you see guys, it is already connected now. Okay, and this is something by default it is coming. Now what I have to do is I have to add, this is the repository service, right? And then I have to add the project name, right? So what project I want to do, I have to add as a folder. So I have to just go to folder. I have to create one here. Okay, so let me give some name to that particular folder. Okay, what folder I should give the name? Project. Maybe I will say ETL QA labs, ETL QA labs case study. All right, get study. Okay, this is the folder name, guys. Okay, and I will just say okay. So this is the folder has been created now. So guys, this is already created now, and this is where it is in repository manager. You have to create always the folder in the repository manager. Now this particular folder, this particular repository will be appearing everywhere. Okay, in all the components. So now what we will do is we will go to the famous our designer. Okay, so let me click here. This is, if I show you, we have added the repository here, basically the same repository services. We have created one project within that repository manager. Now we are going to access the designer here. Okay, so this is how we have to access. So designer, when I say okay, here it is. I'll open the designer now. All right, so you see guys, here it is already there, right? The designer, this is the one that we have just added, right? Now I will say admin is the password. Now I'll connect it. After connecting, I will be able to see that particular folder. See, here it is, right? This particular folder. Now if I say double click on this will open up. This is basically the project, right? etlqalabs case study. This is a project. Now I am able to access everything, guys. Okay, here you see that, right? Now what I will do is I can use this for my designing the workflow, etc. Okay. Now this is my designer. Okay. If I see the view, I can just go the view and I can see navigation view, and this is how I can see it, guys. Yeah, this is how it is. Now if I want to use any of the component, I can go to tool, I can use mapping designer, etc. I can pull this, right? So guys, this is what I wanted to show you. This is now ready. Okay, you can now start using it, and you can create your mapping, you can create your workflow, run it, and then do whatever you want to do, right? So that is what it is, the configuration part. Yeah. So this was one of the requests that some of you wanted it, and this was, I think, sometime it is easy and sometime it is little tedious also. But guys, just follow it. Just remember one thing one thing that what you have to do is in initial means when you are doing it first time, you will not see any kind of integration service or any kind of repository service here. So you have to use that particular user that I have given. Otherwise, you can also do one thing. You can also create one user in your Oracle, and you can give the DBA permission, and you can use that very same user ID and password for the repository creation, repository service creation, and that's all basically. Okay. And yeah, guys, I think this is what I wanted to cover. Now, from the next, yeah, we will see that guys, how it goes, and try to configure all these things, and then I think start using. If you are finding any difficulty or any problem while doing this configuration, please do let me know. Chat, put your comment in the comment box, and then I will be happy to answer you. And sorry guys, I was away for a few days and could not answer all your queries. But I will try to answer as soon as I can do it. So yeah, that's all guys for this video. And one more request: if you have not you are coming first time on this particular channel, if it is helping you a bit also, and you think that this is helping you in any ways, then please do consider to subscribe this channel. I am putting so many amazing content, and all of them are free of cost, guys. Believe me, I think this is my mission. Even I want to contribute to the society, so that is the reason I have started this channel, and I am telling you each and every bit whatever I know, to the best of my knowledge and best of my capability. I'm trying to explain everything so that it can help at least few of them. Then I will be more, I will be happy, and I think that the intention of this particular channel is fulfilled. Yeah. And just to tell you, I think a few days back, not few days, I think a day before yesterday, I think uh, I got a chat from one of my dear subscriber that he says that he recently got a job basically. Uh, and my channel helped him a lot, right? So I was so glad that, at least I was able to help somebody who really needed the job. Yeah. So, guys, I'm sure that, you all are gaining the good insights and good knowledge. I'm trying to give each and every detail here, and this is completely free. I'm not, so another thing is some people wanted, personal coaching and personal, uh, uh, teaching a session, etc., that they requested. But guys, sorry, I'm not taking all those things. I'm just doing it for the social cause, right? And I just want to contribute whatever I can do. And this is all I'm doing when I have some free time, guys. So I already have work, and on top of that, I cannot do any, paid courses or nothing. Yeah. So that is the reason. Just to clarify you. So whatever I have, I am just putting everything on YouTube so that it can help you and everybody. Okay. And I'm more than happy to clarify. I have given my email as well. You can just send me email if something is urgent. Otherwise, I will try to ensure that I respond to your queries as soon as possible. Okay. So that's all, guys, for this video, and do like, also the video, so that it gives me a lot of encouragement to do more and more better version of these videos, right? So that is the reason. Do like, comment, subscribe, right? So that will be helpful, for you, and also it will give me encouragement, yeah, to do more videos for you. All right, so that's all, guys, and I think I'll see you soon with the next set of videos, and we will decide the next course of action, because I have put one survey on the community tab, and then I have asked you what topic do you want me to make the further videos. So I am yet to review that. I will, since I'm come back today only, and this was the important topic that I had to cover, because I have seen so many requests from you. So that's the reason I covered this configuration part, and I will review that what is the topic that we have to cover going forward, and based on that the polling our vote, how much percentage, which so what basically subject area that I have to do the tutorial on, I will cover that. Okay, so that's all, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and happy learning, and God bless you. Bye.